You're spoiled and ungrateful. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Buzzworthy TV. And I'm your girl, Lady T. And today we're talking Braxton family values. Two things before we get started. First, I'm so sorry that this review is late. I have been working, as you can see. And excuse my hair. A chick went and got her hair done yesterday and got caught in the rain tonight. So I'm just like, whatever, however. Look, as Kendrick Lamar say, we gonna be alright. So anyway, y'all, let's get into this episode because this episode gave me life and I want to talk about it. Okay, so the episode picks back up where we left off with the group counseling session with Bishop T.D. Jakes. They're still talking about Tamar's concert that she had in Atlanta and how she felt about it. And her thing is that you surprised the audience, not the artist. She would have appreciated that they would have let her know what was going on. They could have got some outfits, worked on some choreography, and basically just got their life, and the audience would have loved it, and she would have been here for it. But she just felt that they just basically bum rushed her show, and anything could have went wrong because she didn't know they were coming, and it really could have just messed up the whole show. And I kind of get it. I get both sides. Like, I get that the sisters were coming from a genuine place of support. I get that. But I also get where Tamar is coming from, because we have to remember, you guys, Tamar is a relatively new artist. So when they bring up, hey, you know, we used to surprise Tony all the time and she loved it. Number one, she's not Tony. Two different people. Number two, she's a new artist. And, you know, when you're a new artist and you're going on the road, you're overly sensitive and you want to make sure that everything is right. And you know Tamar, you know how she is. Y'all her sisters. Y'all know better than we know. And even coming through the screen, we could tell, if y'all didn't see it, or if y'all can remember last year, that remember the girls had seen her right before the show, and she was just like really nervous and just like really in her feelings. And matter of fact, that's what prompted Trina to say, wait, maybe we shouldn't do this, because she was already just like really nervous. And therefore, I just feel like maybe they shouldn't have done that, because she was already really nervous. And when you're a new artist, you just want everything to be perfect. So they could have gave her a heads up, even though I know it was from a genuine place. And, you know, they bring up the fact that, you know, they brought it to Mama E, and Mama E thought she would love it. Of course Mama E is going to think that Tamar's going to love it. Mama E's world will be perfect as long as the girls are singing and getting along. Like, everything is right in her world as long as the girls are getting along and singing. So, of course, to her, she would think that Tamar would love this. But anyway, there's talking about that issue and going back and forth. And Bishop Jakes has just had it. You know, he's like, you know what? Do you guys realize how grateful you guys should be? You know how many people would love to be in your position, and you guys are just being so petty. That's essentially what he said. And I had to agree with him. Y'all being petty over something that could have been talked about and could have been resolved. And then, you know, I like what he said too about these women are on national TV. They have a national platform, okay? All over the world. People are watching them. And we have to think about, they are representing black women. And like he said, you are a representation of black women. So how do you think that makes you all look when you guys are just, being petty, basically showing your behinds on national TV? And I was like, that is so true. I'm like, Bishop T.D. Jakes, get them together. Like, speak. Anyway, so, and I also liked when he said that if they were his children, he would cut all these cameras off and, basically tell them a thing or two. He would get them all the way together. And I believe that because he was getting them together with the cameras, okay? And they ain't even his kids. So, yeah, I believe that. So, anyway, the girls, when he calls them spoiled, they all look like they got punched in the stomach. And so they all was basically just sat back, and they all basically sat back in shock. And they couldn't really say anything to the point where Bishop T.D. Jakes was just done his own self. He was like, y'all know what? Let's just take it back to y'all roots and just sing. And it was so funny because none of them looked like they wanted to sing. But Tamar, and I will give her this, I can see that she wants to do the work. I'm not saying she's perfect because Lord knows Tamar got issues. But she seems to be willing to do the work. Because she was the first one to say, hey, let's sing the Lord's Prayer. And man, when I tell y'all, these women sung the heck out of the Lord's Prayer. Now that's what I call talent. And I think a lot of people love my Braxton Family Value reviews and my R&B Diva reviews because I am here for music and talent. Like, that is who I am. Music is definitely who I am. If everything could go right in my world, I would be a music journalist. I love entertainment, but I would love to focus on music. So, yeah, they gave me life. They sung the heck out of the Lord's Prayer. So, after that, it seems like everybody is in a more positive space, thanks to Bishop T.D. Jakes. So, they all, for dinner. And, they all go around the table talking about what they're going to work on. Tony's going to work on taking responsibility for living her own life. Tawana's going to stop being so emotionally suppressed. I forgot what Trina was going to work on, what Tracy was going to work on. But what got me is that Tamar, look, just when I was like, wow, she's ready to do the work, here she comes with, I got to think about it. How do you it's a laundry list of things that you could stand to work on. And they just said name one. And I'm so glad that they pointed out one of the main ones, which is Tamar always walks away. Now, she says she walks away because, when things get negative, she don't want to feed into that, especially on TV, to give everybody else something more to talk about. And I get that. But, Tamar, you do walk away a lot. And I understand that you don't want to feed into the madness, but sometimes you can still be there and be on another level. You can be on an even keel. I'm like that all the time. If I have an issue with somebody, I'm going to stick it out and I'm going to tell you how I feel. And I'm going to tell you just as calmly as I'm talking right now. Now, unless you really want to see the other side of me. But for the most part, I'm going to talk to you just like I'm talking right now. Because we're going to have a civilized conversation. Now, it can go left. But not all the time. So Tamar, there's no excuse for you always walking out. Maybe sometimes, but not always walking out. So anyway, Papa Braxton is, encouraged by how the girls are starting to, have a more, I'm sorry, y'all, this has been a long day. But like I said, this show was really good. So anyway, Papa Braxton is really excited about all the positivity that seems to be in the air. So he's like, look, I got something for y'all. We're going to spend the whole day together. And they all are here for it, but they're a little hesitant because, they tend to get on each other's nerves. But they still all agree to do it. So anyway, the next day they all meet up and come to find out Papa Braxton has rented an RV to take them all to the amusement park. So they're going to have a little road trip. And when they get on the RV, first of all, they already complain about how the RV look and all this other stuff. I'm like, y'all, come on, it ain't even that serious. Especially when you come to find out it's only an hour and 15 minutes. Y'all can't sit in that little RV for an hour and 15 minutes without complaining about. Anyway, so while they in the RV, they playing spades, and of course Miss Evelyn wants them to sing, and they trying to sing, and here come Tamar, wanting to be Miss Choir Director, and this kind of getting on everybody's nerves because she thinks that she's the boss. She wants to always be in control, and they're not here for that, but it's in a fun way. Like, no one was really getting into their feelings. Like, they did say she was taking the fun out of it, but it was more like a sisterly, bicker other than people getting into their feelings. So everybody was having fun. They sang, they played cards, and it was cool. The whole family was together, and you could tell that everybody was really digging the whole family dynamic. So anyway, they get to the amusement park, and everybody is having a good time. At first, it started off a little rocky because Trina wanted to go on this ride, which people didn't want to do what she wanted to do. And I can understand that. It's like, be a team player. Hey, if I want to go on this ride, I know it might not be your thing, but be a team player. But they did decide to go on this white water rafting ride, which was hilarious because you got Tony, she's sitting up there, got her gloves on, got her hair scarf on. I should have followed Tony. Look, I'm sitting up here about to make fun of her. I should have did that. Maybe my hair wouldn't be looking so crazy. You see, she was protected. But anyway, she put on all this stuff, her plastic gloves, and, put her scarf over her head so her hair wouldn't get messed up. And Lord, when I tell you, when they went through that ride and Trina got drenched, I was on the floor, rolling. And then they're going to ask her if she wanted to go again. And she looked like, please. That's what she wanted to say. You could tell she wanted to be like, please. So anyway, they all having fun. And anyway, after the amusement park, they all decide to go to dinner because it's going to be their last night in Florida. So they all talk about what a good time they had. And Trina has on this shirt called I'm Allergic to, Basic Bitches. And they're talking about the shirt or whatever. And Trina lets it be known that she is just not in the mood. She is still dealing with this divorce from Gabe. And I'm just like, Gabe. I'm sick of him. And I'm sick of Trina. And let me tell you why I'm sick of Trina. I'm sick of Trina because you cannot let this man you cannot give this man all this power. He's a jerk. He's an animal. He's disgusting. And you cannot give him all this power. And I think that's why a lot of people who have done reviews have been like, oh, I'm so sick of her talking about her marriage, her divorce, and all this other stuff. It's not like they don't feel sorry for Trina. It's the fact that you knew what he was doing. I mean, how many times have y'all gone back and forth? That's number one. Then number two, you cannot keep letting him have all this power over you. And I think that's what Tamar has been saying throughout, their conversations, but Trina just wasn't ready to hear it. But it's true, Trina. You cannot let this vile man have all this power over you. It's like really depressing and sad. So anyway, after the trip to Florida, we got Trina and Tawana and Tracy. They all are back in Atlanta, and they go to the gym and they get in the boxing ring. She's trying to get herself together to meet up with Gabe in court. And, one of the best ways is to kind of take out your aggression. So, she gets in the boxing ring and, it helps her build her confidence, and she's getting motivated like, yeah, I'm ready. So then after that, we got Tamar. Tamar is promoting her album. Well, not her album. I'm sorry, her new single, If I Don't Have You. Let me tell you. I like the new single. But more so than that, I like Tamar and Vince's relationship. You can tell there's a lot of love there. You can tell their love runs deep. And I like how they were sitting in the studio because she was at a radio station, again, like I said, promoting If I Don't Have You. And just their dynamic about how she was talking about how she knew basically how he was the one. And how she said she always knew he was the one, but when she had Logan, she knew that it would be no her, no Logan. There would be none of them. The family just wouldn't work without him. And it was just so sweet. So, yeah, I do like that dynamic. And I do wish her success in this upcoming album and every other thing that she has coming up. You know, I do want Tamar to win. She gets on my nerves, but I honestly do want her to win. Then we end the episode with Trina talking to her lawyer. She's talking to her lawyer because Gabe wants to keep dragging out this damn divorce. This is why, Trina, you got to let it go. Because he knows the longer he drags it out, the more miserable he's making you. And you cannot give him the power to make you miserable. That's all I'm saying. And so, of course, he wants to drag it out. He wants, you know, more money. He wants more everything. Like, he's just being a butthole. And I just wish he would just crawl somewhere and just go somewhere. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, that was the episode. Like I said, really good episode. It was good to see them all get along or whatever. And hopefully this is the, a start of something more positive, because I miss my Braxtons. I miss the Braxtons from season 1 and season 2. So anyway, write down in the comments what y'all thought of the episode. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, y'all. Peace and love.